But I think he's on the hot seat. He's on a short leash. I don't think they're going to push the big red button yet of panicking and firing him. But if the trend of like losses and ties continue, he's probably going to be let go, and they're probably going to, before the next Euro qualifiers start, they're probably going to get a new coach to try it out. Yeah, I say, you know what? Me just saying that gave me a timeline. If by the first Euro qualifier he does not find a winning trend for the team, I think they let him go and they try to bring in a new coach for the Euro qualifiers.
Yeah, guys, listen. I mean, short leash or not, I really don't care. He can't be that. He can't be that naive. Like it cannot be. Like we are across the pond on a Wednesday night, June 1st, here in Montreal, talking about this stuff as if we're there. We're not. We're far from there, and we're far from experts, and we're far from pros. But for like Jesus Murphy, like it cannot be that across the pond we're seeing these things that are so fucking obvious, and back at Covert Channel or wherever, game time, he doesn't see it. It just baffles me. And listen, I know Italians are stubborn, but this is on a whole other level. Like, I mean, it still baffles me how you go from winning a major tournament to not even qualifying for the next one. Like that, just for me, it still doesn't sink in. It still doesn't. I still can't comprehend that. Like that's just unacceptable to me. But again, I don't know. I think Mancini, and again, the question also arises: like, is the grass greener on the other side? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But like right now, I can't sit here and give you a realistic person or a realistic coach, sorry, to take over the reins. Like I can't. Yeah, people are gonna say, oh yeah, bring back Conte. Oh yeah, Ancelotti just won the Champions League. Blah blah blah. Okay, but guys, like, are these realistic things? Like I would love to see it, sure, but is this like realistic? I don't know. So listen, I think they're gonna have no choice but to stick with Mancini, and I think that's they're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place with not having much of an option, because I don't see them really taking a complete left and like hiring somebody like that we really wouldn't have never expected. I don't see that, but we never know. But like I said, guys, something has to change, and I'm hoping it happens. I forget when their next game is. It's in a couple of days, I think. So if we don't see it then, sometime in this window, we have to see like an overhaul. And like he's not even putting the guys that are in form. Like I don't know, not bringing up guys that are in form. Not again, I know this is one game, but and we're being a bit overcritical. But for fuck's sakes, man, like we don't make another World Cup. We lose 3-0 against Argentina today in this one-off match. Not even a goal, guys. Not even a goal. Like not even like anything that was like dangerous. Yeah, Raspadori had that one shot. Okay, sure, but like nothing even dangerous. The Belotti header, fuck, he got 1 out of 10 headers. But that's our game plan. We go forward with the same old. Like we're so predictable. It's not even funny. Everybody knows what we're gonna do. There's no change. There's nothing. So listen, again, that it falls on Mancini's shoulders because he's the captain of the ship. But man, I don't know. What about the staff? Like Johnny said, there has to be somebody that has to say something. They brought De Rossi back. You know, he was like the big X factor in the summer. You know, his leadership, his experience, his grit. Today and after Euro 2020 final, I haven't seen it. So again, there's a big thing to look at. And I'm not dissing De Rossi, absolutely not.
No.
I don't want.
No, and I know you're not. I just want to just add in on the topic of De Rossi. I think he's more of a player coach. Like he's there to help out with the technical training staff and kind of help like be the middleman between between the players and the coaches. I don't think he's there to start giving tactical suggestions, but I think maybe one day in the future he might. But anyways, that's just me.
Yeah, sure, but there's other guys that are in the staff that, and maybe they do fall in that quote unquote yes man type of position right now, like you said, Johnny, and I could see that because it seems to be that's what it is, because we've seen the same tactics, we've seen the same philosophy, we've seen the same formation, we've seen more or less the same players in these positions, in this formation. So again, we have to identify our strengths. We have to identify the pillars going forward, because right now there's a lot of players that are in the lineup that, I'm sorry, like, I don't know. It's time to go. Like, it's time to move. It's time to go forward. So we have to identify our identity, because right now, post Euro, we don't have one. And if you don't have an identity or a foundation, forget it, guys. We're going to be talking about like this with Italy and for another couple of tournaments. But yeah, I don't know. Like you said, Nick, Mancini's on a short leash. Sure, I agree. But I think it's short, but it's also long, because I don't know where they're going to turn or who they're going to turn to lead the ship here.
Maybe they'll turn to Adriano, Gianni, and Nicholas. Three men.
We're across the pond, and we're saying more facts than they've said. Oh, the fuck, man, it's crazy. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But anyways.
But I mean, hopefully once Chiesa returns, goes to show, he really carried Italy and Juve. Like, both teams just miss him so much. It was to show how right
he made
Gianni
the right
is.
side. Yeah, he made the right side amazing for Italy.
But it's also, for me, it's also like mentality too, guys. Like, we've just seen a drop in mentality too.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Di Lorenzo, like, was fine. Like, you loved him. Okay, Emerson, I'm not even going to criticize him, because for me, he's not the player to be on the left-hand side, the left-back position. But like Johnny pointed out before, like, again, I know this is probably like the farewell party or whatever for the old guard there. For Chiellini, it was today after 116 appearances for Italy. Again, we say thank you, because he was, he's the last of that no nonsense defending and put it out all on the line. But like Johnny pointed out in the goal, him and Bonucci looked terrible and like really bad. So enough's enough. We have to turn the page. Like, Bastoni's just like melting on the sidelines, waiting for some solid minutes. And I think he deserves it. And this is me as a Milanista praising an Interista player, but forget that. It's the Italian national team. I can give a fuck. Put him in, Christ. Mancini or whatever, Acerbi doesn't belong there. Like, there's so many guys that don't belong there anymore. It's crazy. Jorginho, I'm sorry, but like,
he was
even
awful.
him, like what has he done past Spain? It's just he's. I feel like some of these like older veteran, quote unquote veteran players have gotten too comfortable, and it shows.
Yeah.
Again, they need something to fire them. Like, if you insert a guy like, I don't know, I don't want to sound biased and say Tonali, but like, even, I don't know, Locatelli or whoever else.
There's another mid that deserves a shout. Like, it's crazy how. Yeah, well, that's to say, but Locatelli is another name that, like, just to prove my point that Italy's best position right now is the midfield, and take advantage of it. But anyways, continue.
Yeah, that's it, right? And we're not even taking advantage of the small fucking positives that we have. That's where it's even more concerning. So again, I digress here, but it's once I think we can make maybe a better assessment and judgment once we see these changes, these hopeful changes, and hopeful change in philosophy and identity going forward. Because once we see that, then we can gauge, is it successful? Is it not? We saw both sides. Right now, we've only seen the one side, and it's been a disappointment, to say the least.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Jorginho, he was awful on that third goal. Completely gave up, turnover, everything. He was awful. I mean, man, I don't want to say this guy cost us.
No,
it was him alone that cost us a World Cup qualification spot, but he scores one penalty in the world, and we're in the World Cup. Whatever. But
Nick, let me tell you this, because you in our chat, you're the one who said it, or I don't know if I saw it on Twitter. I don't even remember now. Do we even deserve to be in the World Cup?
No. At this point, no.
Yeah.
I mean, Italy's definitely better than a lot of teams at the World Cup, but
Sure.
with the way they're playing, they don't deserve to be there. Like, they lost to North Macedonia. You know, if they lost to Portugal, a good team, you know, you could have an argument. They lost to North Macedonia, and they really don't. They didn't show that they deserve to be there at all, especially after in the qualifying after winning the Euros.
Yeah.
Man, winning the Euros was the best thing and worst thing to happen to this team. It's become a before Euros and after Euros team. It's not fun to see. But Nations League, I think I got to pull this up. They got Germany on Saturday, and then I think they have
England. I think
they have England. They play England twice, so they have Germany.
Okay.
No, sorry, they play Germany twice. They played Germany twice. So it's Germany, Hungary, England, Germany. That's 4 games in the next until June 14th. So still a lot of soccer to be played. Obviously, you know, it's a tournament, right? You always want to go out and win, but I don't think winning is a priority right now. They are in a tough group. Obviously, you're playing England and Germany, teams you want to beat, right? Especially Germany. England too would be nice to beat them again. But honestly, I'm not looking for results here. I just want to see them play better. That's it. See what Mancini has up his sleeve, as you guys said. Change things up, change the formation up, see who's going to play. Maybe we're going to see more Raspadori, Scamacca, hopefully Pellegrini, Tonali, Locatelli, maybe Bastoni. Hopefully Spinazzola will play. So we'll see. So there's a lot of soccer to be played. What are you guys expecting to see in these Nations League games?
Just positive. Go, sorry, John. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
No. It's okay. You go first. You started.
No, like you guys said, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be like the collective answer here. You know, just signs of strides in the right direction. Because if we stay stagnant the way we are, or go any more further back, like we opened the show with, you know, 1 step forward, 3 steps back. If we continue on that path, guys, like I said earlier, forget it. It's don't even, you're gonna have to buy a new TV every time they play. So just to see some sort of positivity going forward, and all those guys that you named, Nick, I hope I see them all and more. You know, like I hope I see those changes. And yes, we're gonna have. You can't just say, okay, yeah, you're gonna change 11 players, the results are gonna come. No. But like I said earlier, you need to start building, put those building blocks for this fucking foundation. You know, without in a house, you have to have a foundation. If you don't have a foundation, this house, it's going to collapse. You know, you need to have sturdy walls, you know. Guys, the roof, it can't be leaky because when it rains, when it snows here in Montreal, you're either going to be frozen or you're going to be wet. We don't have a foundation. We don't have the strong walls. We don't have the fucking roof. So right now, I want to see the house being built. That's pretty much my analogy of the night. So yeah, for me, it starts by identifying who you're building this national team around. I'm pretty sure many fans can say the obvious names, sure, but those guys got to be on board. Those guys got to be willing to sacrifice, willing to suffer, willing to put it out all on the line to bring this national team, you know, back to where it belongs. Because especially on the World Cup stage. Yes, listen, last summer, was one of the best summers ever, and I'm not dissing that. I'm not taking that away from anybody, you know, or from us either, because it was, and we enjoyed every minute of it. But like Nick has said, like many people have said, the past is the past, right? We have to build for the future. Right now, we're in that bubble of typical Italian stubbornness. Looking back, oh yeah, we won the Euros 11 months ago. Oh, in a month, it's going to be a year since we won the Euros. Everybody's going to post it. We're probably going to post it too. Okay, but this house, it has to be built. If it's not built, guys, I don't know. It's going to be another disappointing time for Italy. But yeah, like the names Nick mentioned, I think need to play, and just experimenting with formations. Johnny said the 3-5-2. I don't know if he wants to go 3 at the back. I don't know if that's the way forward. If it is, great. If not, we can still go 4 at the back.
Yeah,
for
like a
crying
4-4-2
out loud,
maybe.
Yeah, 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. You know, maybe we don't even play with the wings and we play more in the mid. Like you know, there's so many different options. There's not only one formation in Calcio. The 4-3-3 works, but if you don't have the players that are willing to do the work to make this formation work, or you know, your build-up play is the same old, it's not going to work. So we can blame whatever we want and we can point the finger at whoever we want, but until this foundation is built, we're going to be, like I said earlier, we're going to be talking about Italy in this fashion for many more episodes in the future. But I'm hoping just for positive strides forward. That's change. Yeah, so change and positive strides forward. Those are my biggest things for the Italian national team. Johnny?
I still honestly believe I don't blame the players. I just think they're in a situation that is making them not succeed. Because the quality that we have on the pitch does not necessarily mean that these results are true. I honestly find it embarrassing that, you know, with the talent that we have, we're getting results like this. Now, I'm not saying that it's a walk in the park to play against Argentina, but it should have been a fight. You know, I don't like the fact that there was no spirit on the pitch. There was no fire in the team. I just think there's a lot of square pieces and triangular pieces and circle pieces trying to be forced into spots where they don't fit. Now, that is the challenge when you're a national team coach. When you're a national team coach, you have all these players playing across different teams, playing with different systems and different styles that it's hard to kind of make them all fit, right? If we take a look at like past successes, you know, I hate to you know, like be like to give Juve credit, but like the back four of like the BBC of Bonucci, Barzagli, and Chiellini with Buffon in the back was a core that worked because you could just put them together, and because they already play together, they know how to play with each other, and it works, right? And right now, like the 4 in the back kind of works because Di Lorenzo does play right back, you know, or you can even put Florenzi as a substitute. Spinazzola does play left back, and you could put Emerson as a substitute. They play that kind of role. And then you look at the guys in the middle. You could put 2 center backs, right? Mind you, Bastoni is used to playing in a 3-man formation, but you can kind of tweak him to play in a 4-man one. And Mancini, this is going forward, by the way. I'm not talking shit about Bonucci, but I was never the biggest Bonucci guy because I always thought he got masked by players like Barzagli and Chiellini. And there was something, I don't have my phone because it's charging, but in terms of defensive stats, he's like in the lower quadrant. Like Bonucci is not good. Like he's regressed a lot throughout the years. And I'm not saying this because he plays on a rival team. I'm just saying statistically he's not good. So maybe go with Gianluca Mancini going forward. I'm not a fan of Mancini also because he's very hot-headed and he's keen to getting these stupid penalties and these stupid cards. So it's a catch-22, but at least Mancini plays in a 4-man back. But like in terms of strikers, in terms of your forwards and your mids, there's so many players that play in different systems. You got to find one that works for all of them. But it's hard. It's hard. It's impossible because there's not one size fits all. So going forward, I want him to tinker. I want him to really try, different fields, different positions in the mid and upper half. You know, don't stick to this 4-3-3 because it's not working. Your mid is so, like, it's great, but the mids that you're putting on right now are very stagnant. I don't see any flair. I don't see any creativity. I don't see any fluidity to it. You have too many guys that do the same job. I feel like that's what it is. You have too many guys that do the same job, and it's not good. You need to have some differences, you know. And then in terms of forwards, I know you guys are still not on my side of this argument, but Immobile is a good striker. It's just, you know, it helps when you have fantastic wingers. Then you have Insigne who mailed it in, right? I'm going to call it Insigne here. This season he mailed it in. As of maybe after the Euros, he mailed it in. He knew that he's gonna take it easy this year, and you saw it in his league play as well. And Chiesa, not his fault, he's injured. Poor guy. Like I have zero fault in him, but
no,
it's night and day. It's night and day, and guys like Immobile, if he doesn't get the service or the help, he can't do as much. So, all in all, given with what you have, you got to find something that works for a majority of the field, or maybe find a new core of players. Because if you looked at past successes on teams, more often than not, it's because certain players played on certain cores together in their leagues. Like look at Spain. When Spain had their 3 championships in a row, you had the midfield was just the Barcelona core, and the back end you had, back end was a bit more of a mixture of Barca, Real, but it was still like, you saw, you know what I mean? When I'm not sounding like a babbling buffoon right now. Like, you know what I mean? When like you saw like these guys play together on their league team. These guys play together on their league team. So something like that needs to happen. I think that needs to happen for Italy.